Good morning. On behalf of the family, thanks for being here today, and thank you for your support, prayers, and concern over the past few weeks of John's life. I'm Phil Dabill, John's nephew. John was not only my uncle, but a very good friend, and over the years we had many, many laughs and discussions about many, many different subjects. After serving in the Army in Korea, John attended business college here in Fargo. His first job was with the car dealership, Dabill Motors, and we lived in northern Minnesota, and occasionally Uncle John would bring a brand new shiny car over to northern Minnesota. And I was 9 or 10 years old at that time. Uncle John would say, "Would you like to go for a ride?" Maybe myself and one of my brothers, and we said yes, and we get out on the road, and of course we'd encourage him to see how fast that car would go, and Uncle John never disappointed us. John spent 32 years at Gate City, and he rose through various responsibilities, from loan manager to secretary treasurer to director of savings, and his last assignment was vice president of human resources. And I can remember when staying with Uncle John, he thought to help his arthritis it would help to walk. And some of you that live here in the northern hemisphere, particularly Fargo, know it gets very, very cold sometimes, and it occasionally snows. But every day, Uncle John would walk to work because he thought that would be good for his arthritis. John married Ethel at 58. She was just a child. John had occasionally, prior to Ethel, brought home a couple lady friends for church service on Sunday and then dinner. And it was interesting as a child to listen to John's siblings discuss his guests. And I'm happy to tell you that after Ethel's first visit, the siblings unanimously agreed that was the one for Uncle John. As you know, if you watch some of the pictures here, John could do almost anything with his hands. He built windmills, he built bridges in his garden, and birdhouses. If you happen to notice, they weren't just your little small size. They were 3, 4, 5, 6 stories high. He was very, very crafty at what he could do. He had a very positive impact in my immediate family. John went to a business college here in Fargo, and my sister said, "Well, if it's good for John, it's good for me." She went there, and so I came along, and I said, "Well, if it's good for my sister and Uncle John, I went there," and then my younger brother went there. So John really started something in that area. When I think of Uncle John, I also think of his remedies. For arthritis, he would grind raw grain for breakfast, eat carrots, celery. One of the things that I've been able to pass on to my children from Uncle John is a remedy for chapped lips, sores, cuts, whatever. When I was staying with him, he said, "Phil, you need some Peterson's ointment." So we have 6 children, and I'm very pleased to tell you that each of them have Peterson's ointment in their home. Very good. And anyone that knew Uncle John had no question about his spiritual life. He shared his thoughts and beliefs with everybody he came in contact with, and I'm sure he has with many of you here. And one thing for certain, Uncle John knew where he was going after this life. He conducted up to 10 Bible studies per week, right, Ethel? He truly spread the gospel, and we're going to miss John and his wit and laughter, but we're certainly thankful for his time here on earth, and I would ask that in the next few weeks and days that you keep the family in your prayers as they adjust to life with all Uncle John. In your handout this morning, there's a song, "Shall We Gather at the River?" And we'll follow that. And following that, Myron Martinson will follow with a scripture reading and prayer. And hymn.